Welcome back, guys. So, this episode, we are going to continue working in here, because that's what we need to do. Ooh, that's a rare view. Hi, how you doing? Way back there. Today's goal is to actually figure out the decorative design. Now, we are going to be doing the water thing. I've decided we're going to do it. So, all the way across here is going to be glass so that we can see it. But these are the blocks we're going to be using. Okay, because we want to keep the clinical look. We're going to go with the red or the white for most of it. This is going to be mostly for like the industrial reinforcements, like in between here, below the glass, above the glass, that type of thing. This is obviously our lighting. That's obvious. And then the red is just a nice pop of color because taking the color scheme from like the Red Cross, the red with on top of the white. I assume everybody knows what the Red Cross is. Loot all that stuff. Now, we are going to have to move this back, because if we're going to do the control panels that we talked about last episode, they're going to sit like right here. And I'm going to want to have a couple blocks behind it. So, right now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to push this to 7. That'll give us a little bit more room to maneuver. And whatnot, so that we can get behind the control panels and possibly even set up the control panels. Now, I'm going to do this off camera. So you're going to see a cut here, because it's not a lot of digging, but it's enough that it's tedious. I mean, last episode was all digging. So, yeah, you're going to see a cut right now, and then we'll come back. Welcome back. Just finishing out the last little bit of the digging here, and done. Okay, so we got to remember that we're going to be having this 3-block high, and that, however, only means that we have this amount of space to do a pattern. It's not a lot of space, honestly. So I'm thinking, because the original design to use the big space was because of we wouldn't have the water track going around, but now that we are, thinking we might not use the stone brick for this as more as we might just use more of the white blocks. Like extend the pattern, almost like blend the pattern in, if that makes sense. We'll still have to use the stone brick for something. Stone brick for something. We can still use it here on the control panels and stuff, and maybe that's what we'll do it for. Is we'll have it like conduit covers almost. Now, one thing we are going to do really quickly is we're going to punch out this, because this is where the water or the glass will be for the water. Okay. So we're going to do this, and we're only going to be decorating this one wall because, whoops, the pattern is effectively a repeating pattern. So, my idea, if you will, for the actual wall is pretty simple. Okay, I'm going to just throw down some blocks so you guys can kind of sort of see what I'm going for, or what types of blocks we have. So, the main bulk of it, I would like to be bone blocks. Now, I would like them to be that way, technically. Just to give that distance, okay? We also obviously have the red, which pops really nicely against it. We also have blocks of quartz, just for a nice pure color if you want. We have quartz with that, and we have quartz like this. We could also lay it that way. The same with this bone. We could also lay it a different direction. We could also do this with the bone, okay? Now, keep in mind that there's going to be glass with it. So this is the color scheme we have. Obviously, these are much whiter than this, but they're more expensive. We have 1.5 billion of these. That's why I want to use them. So, sorry, my computer's freaking out for a sec here. Just want to check something. We'll click that. Thank you. All right, that'll do. Okay, yeah. So. This is what we're going for the pattern. Now, what I'm thinking of pattern-wise is that we would have the bone blocks pretty much all the way across, which is what I'm going to do really quickly, and we'll see how that looks. We'll just work on a small section, of course. How wide is this? That's 5. Let's go 6, 7 wide, just to make it nice and simple. So we'll take the bone blocks, and for now we'll just fill in every space with bone blocks. Whoops. All going the same direction, going lengthwise. lengthwise, widthwise, that way, because it'll make the room feel longer, right? When it's fully in there, because the green goes this way. Okay, so after that, we want to splash a color and potentially some points of interest. Now, originally my idea for the splash of color was to actually have like a red line that would go through and then would jump up, right? Like this. Would go through and then jump up and then continue and then jump back down. Or would go over and then do like a loop, like that. And then another one that would come this way and do the same loop and then touch in the middle. Now, originally I didn't know what to do with it, but we could use quartz, now that I think about it. Like we can have quartz working in tandem with it as a white strip. But then of course the white on white just doesn't really look right. Let's put the, do I have any space for the bone blocks? There we go. Put the bone blocks back in. I want to use bone blocks just because I have a bajillion of them. But we might not end up using the red, because these pillar blocks actually look really, really good as well. But of course I don't want to have nothing but white on white. And that kind of looks like a venting system or something. So maybe we'll use this as a border. We'll put the pillar blocks along the top and along the bottom. And then we can have all of this as white with the red design. We could even do like the red being the red glass. And then we'd have, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could have the red start in the glass and maybe loop around, like have just a box of it. Or maybe we have like a checkerboard idea, like it would go red, red, and then red, red, and then this would be red, red, like this. Like a extended checkerboard. Or maybe we go with, I don't know what we're going to go with, but I do know we are definitely going to be doing the pillar blocks along the bottom and along the top. So let's bust out that. I think I have enough quartz to do it for now, for this little section anyways. I'll have to go in and get some more quartz to deal with the rest. Let's just dig out the entire wall for the 7x7 area here. Well, 7x6, I guess. Because I don't think it's 7 high, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's only 6. So, I'll just break all this, and then poof. Alright, so, let's take a block of quartz, and I believe it's just this. So I need, what, 14? There we go. I don't want to make more than I need to, right? And then we go here. Bam. So then we would have glass here. Okay, and I'm going to use clear glass because that would make sense. Now, that would indicate that we would need some sort of white color here, and then we'd only have 2 for the main center strip. Which is probably not a bad idea, because what we can do is we can go white across here. Whoops. Or bone block, I guess, technically, across here. That gives a contrast still. It would give a contrast there, especially once we get the lighting set up. I mean, you put light on that and it contrasts a lot better. That leaves us with 2 center line here that can be color contrasting. So what we could do is we could have it do like the dip and then switch halfway down. So it would go something like, in this case, it would go like this. But obviously across the entire thing. So it would come across to halfway, then drop, then go down that way. The rest of this would be filled in with the bone blocks, right? Something like that. So we'd have a big thick bone block strip here, right? And we'd have the glass and bone there. See, that would look weird though, because we'd have like the 2 blocks and then it would go down, because it goes over and then down. Yeah, because it's only 1 and 1, right? It's always going to have the one below it. If we were to do this, we'd have to drop it down all the way, and we'd have to ignore that the glass is acting as a buffer. So it'd have to drop down the 2 blocks to give me the whole width of it. Does that make sense? So that when everything was said and done, it would look like this. Like that. Drops down and goes. If we were to do that, though, we could still do an alternate color mixed in. We could use the white, although we already have like a very bright white with a normal white. Let's see here, because we could do another one where it comes like this, and then it would be behind it, of course, and run up and then over, and then we would come across. Another thing we could do is, if we're going to do two colors, we could actually have it so it comes down and then it like does like a little circle-esque thing, like something like this, sort of, or it would come down like that, and then the other color would be there, would run across like this. For now, we're just going to use whatever else we have in here. We'll use the stone brick just for now. So the stone brick would come across and then go up like that, and then it would just appear over here. Because it's the secondary color, right? So it would be like it crosses over itself. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. Yeah. That's the plan. Ah. Mild heart attack there. Let's just do the whole wall in the bone and the quartz. I don't think I have enough quartz on me. No, I don't. So we'll do as much as we can, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to take all of this out, because we're just going to go pure white, and then we'll figure out which pattern we like the best. I'll put the full glass blocks in there, because that's in me as well, because that's what's going to be in there anyways. So, yeah, so let's just dig out this. A lot of this is dirt, conveniently. Makes it a lot easier for us. That's more dirt, more dirt, more dirt, more dirt. I love dirt. It digs it so quickly. Now this pattern, we have to remember, is going to not just be on this wall. It's going to cycle around to the side walls as well, and even continue down the tunnel. Now, the tunnel is going to be a condensed version of it, of course, which is why I feel like we should do probably a simpler system. Some iron there I'm going to dig out. Oops, didn't need to actually break the... not physically. Okay, so let's go glass across here. Grab this, because it's here. That was it. Okay, that's perfect. Boop, boop. Then we're just going to put bone blocks everywhere. Just to give us the flat white... Whoops. Come on. Flat white appearance that we're going for. If I take my shield off, I can actually work a lot faster. So I don't have to worry about accidentally blocking. It's a big issue. It's very annoying. I'm going to go here and here. We can back over here, and we can just run like so. Now, obviously, there's the pillar blocks that need to go in there and stuff. We don't really have enough for it. How many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I take the ones off the top, we can finish the bottom, then we can just ignore the top for now. Let's just go out with bone blocks. Like so. We can just go over, I guess. Click, click. Ah! And I fell. And of course there's more up there still. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Get him? I did. Oh, skeleton. Must be on the surface, I assume. Unless there's something valuable over here. Who knows? It'd be very weird if there was. Second one. So, let's put the last pillar blocks in the bottom. Boom. Alright, so that's a very white wall. Ooh. So white, in fact, that you can't even see it all on the screen. So, what we're going to have to do is figure out the pattern. I love the red. Now, if we ignore the fact that there's the glass there, okay, and we only focus on just this 3 section, we can do a bit of a pattern to it. We could also have it so it dips, like it does a spiral, and then runs through itself, or something along that, or maybe it starts in the middle. Maybe it's just a strip in the middle. Maybe it's just a strip in the bottom, just to give that little bit of differentiation to it. Then we can put lights on the wall. That's actually not a bad idea. Just a very simple method. Let's try that. And we'll put glass into the side of it where we can put like the jack-o'-lantern lamps. Or maybe we'll just put the jack-o'-lanterns themselves, because then we can put the wood on it, and that'll give us another contrast. There we go. So it's just a red strip. And then we can put, let's see, evenly spaced them. So if we put one here, and then we would have to put one here. Then that leaves us with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if we went 3 and then 1, and then we can go 3 and then 1, that would leave us with 3 and 1. There we go. So if we went like this, and like this, and like this, and like that, then we could put like trapdoors over them or something, and that would provide the light. Only issue with that is it looks kind of ugly. Don't know what to do. But that's gonna be the episode for today. I'll continue working on this. We didn't really get it. We got most of it locked down. Like, I like the strips and the stuff and the white as a back, and I like the red strip. We may have to like change it so it like goes over and under or something. Maybe it goes over the top two instead of under them, just to kind of give some difference to the wall. But anyways, I will see you when I see you.